Now, before you hit play, think of one sailor who's always carrying a load. And if their name came to mind immediately, this episode is for you.
This isn't just a podcast. It's a movement. Real stories. Zero fluff. Battle-tested wisdom. Straight from the mess to the deck plates. If you're tired of silence, the politicking, and leadership cliches, you're in the right place. Welcome to Culture Keeper.
Welcome back to Culture Keeper, the podcast that bridges the gap between junior sailors and senior leaders. I'm Jessica Hardemon. Now let me start with a hard truth. Good sailors don't leave the Navy. They leave leaders who stop showing up for them. Sometimes that looks like silence and neglect. Other times, and this is the one we don't talk about enough, it looks like overuse. And we don't just lose our weakest performers. We lose the ones carrying everyone else's weight. And that's not theory. You've seen it. Let's walk through one of those stories, because until you see what burnout looks like in real time, you'll miss it in your own division. Let's consider a sailor who is sharp, motivated, and talented. The kind you just know will wear anchors one day. Always squared away, always reliable. The quiet backbone of the division. They have the quals, they stand damn near every watch, they carry the load, and they become the go-to. Whenever the section is short, their name fills the slot. Whenever something's broke, they fix it. But here's where it turns. Leadership, they start to lean on that reliability too hard. Every hard job, their name. Every last-minute watch bill change, they cover it. Leave requests, denied. Why? Because we can't afford to lose you. And what started out as pride becomes pressure. And what starts as trust becomes a trap. They burn out, not because they stopped caring, but because leadership never thought to give them air. They waited for the back-end reward, the eval bullet, the time off, the thanks. And it never came. When they finally walked into admin with separation papers, everyone says, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe we lost them." But the truth, we didn't lose them. We worked them out of the Navy. And let me pause here for a second, because some of you listening right now have a sailor like that. You're thinking about the one who always covers watch, always stays late, never complains. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you told that sailor, "Stand down, I've got it this time"? Because here's the leadership trap. We confuse dependability with durability. Just because they can take it, it doesn't mean they should have to. That's the hidden side of attrition. It's not always neglect. Sometimes it's overdependence. We're not just losing sailors who quit. We're losing sailors we've worn out. Now, zoom out. That sailor story, it isn't an isolated event. It's a symptom of a bigger system failure. And let's break down exactly where we, as leaders, spring leaks. So here are 3 ways that we burn out our best. Number 1, uneven load. We pile extra weight on top performers because they make it look easy. And their silence becomes permission. But silence isn't strength, it's strain. If the same name keeps showing up on the work list, your retention problem is already in motion. Number 2, unrealistic gratitude. We promise We'll take care of you, right? This imaginary back end, we got you. But later never comes. And recognition delayed is recognition denied. Now, your best sailors, they don't need a parade. They do need proof that you see their grind now, not after they break. Number 3, unmanaged relief. When one person becomes the system is broken. If your division can't function without its MVP, that's not loyalty. That's fragility. Attrition is usually a lagging indicator of poor load management, not poor character. Retention starts with distribution, not decoration. If one sailor carries a division, the division is already at risk. But before we paint every departure as a leadership failure, let's balance the picture. Some sailors, they don't leave because of neglect. They leave because it was always a part of their plan. Some sailors come in knowing they do one enlistment, earn their post 9/11, gain some experience, and then pivot. That doesn't mean they didn't serve with honor. It means the Navy was always a chapter, not the whole book. Others leave because new opportunities arise. Family businesses, civilian careers, passions they're ready to chase. And that's not failure, that's life. Our job as leaders isn't to convince everyone to stay, it's to lead them well while they're here. So recognize their lane. Are they career-minded or stepping stone-minded? Lead accordingly. Equip them with the resources, whether it's Navy Cool, U.S. Maps, tuition assistance, or when the time comes, your TAP GPS, so that they leave sharper than when they arrived. And number 3, keep them connected. The way we send them off shapes how they'll speak about the Navy for years to come. These sailors, they will become our politicians, advocating on our behalf at the highest levels. They become our neighborhood business owners, serving our communities and hooking us up with that 10% military discount. They become our medical professionals, elevating the patient care and understanding of veteran medical needs. And here's the truth. Some sailors, they do leave because leaders failed them, but others, they leave because their season of service is complete. Either way, we owe them leadership while they're here. So the question becomes, how do we show up differently? How do we keep the ones who want to stay and honor the ones ready to move on? That's where culture translation comes in. First things first, presence is care in practice, right? It isn't just being visible. It's noticing fatigue forming. Check on your top performers intentionally. Ask, when's the last time you took a real day off? Or who's covering for you so you can breathe? Presence means proactive care, not post-burnout sympathy. Next, translate the why and teach them to multiply. The goal isn't to keep your best sailors busy. It's to make them a builder. Teach them how to train someone else so excellence scales. When they multiply competence, they lighten the load for everyone, and leadership becomes more sustainable. Because tradition without translation is just noise. So explain why mentorship matters, and you'll watch buy-in explode. Next, covenant leadership. It protects energy. You see, leadership is stewardship. And I believe that if God trusted you with that talent, You're responsible for its care, not its exhaustion. That includes the responsibility to pace, protect, and preserve the people who make the mission possible. When we translate presence, purpose, and protection, we don't just keep sailors, we keep their belief in the Navy. And belief is built through habits. So let's get tactical. Here's how you put this on the deck plates starting this week. Couple takeaways for you. Number one, a weekly workload audit. Ooh. Look at your planner. Whose name shows up the most? If it's the same sailor every time, redistribute. Train backups. Rotate responsibility. Number two, monthly rhythm recharge. Protect downtime like you protect maintenance periods. Approve leave. Guard liberty. Encourage rest. A rested sailor thinks clearer, leads better, and stays longer. Number three, succession snapshot. Do that quarterly. Identify one person your go-to sailor can train to replace them in each key area. Okay. Retention, that equals replication. If your best sailor can't rest, your whole division is at risk. Now, I built something to help you turn that awareness into action. The Leadership Load Balance Reflection Sheet. It walks through a self-audit of who's carrying the weight, how to redistribute it, and how to guard recovery time. You'll find a link in the show notes down below and in the bio for Culture Keeper Instagram and Facebook pages. Use it today, not someday. Now, if you've already downloaded the worksheet, pull it up. If not, visualize this with me. Or grab a pen and you can write it down too. So I want you to jot the name of your strongest sailor. Now, on the right side, I want you to write the last time they were told to take a day off. What about last time they got to leave early? One more. What about the last time they were publicly recognized? Now, if you're struggling to think of something recent, that's your red flag. That's why I built this tool. It helps you spot the imbalance before it costs you another great sailor. And with the same pen, I want you to write down a name of a sailor you rely on most. Maybe it's the same person, maybe it's someone else, but I want you to write it down. And then I want you to ask yourself 3 questions. One, when's the last time I relieved them, not replaced them? Number 2, when's the last time I developed their backup? And number 3, when is the last time I protected their rest? Don't wait for burnout to show up or those separation papers to make its way into a folder being routed up. Step in before they check out. That's leadership in motion. Because the culture doesn't shift from talking, it shifts from acting. We don't lose people because they're weak. We lose them because we forget strong doesn't mean invincible. Some sailors stay for the mission. Some stay for the paycheck. But the ones who build the Navy stay because of the people. The sailors who hold the line for us deserve leaders who hold the line for them. Let's be honest, we've all lost good sailors, sometimes to burnout, sometimes to opportunity, but the ones that still haunt us, those were the ones you could have saved if you slowed down long enough to see the signs. Now, this episode isn't about blame. It's about better presence, better care, better stewardship. This is Culture Keeper, where we don't just keep the culture, we shape it. So if no one has told you today, let me be the first to say, thank you for all that you've done, all that you do, and all that you will do. Until next time, keep the culture. Lead on.
Culture isn't just kept, it's shaped. Every sailor, every day. Keep the culture. Lead on.